Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome to a little video detailing a little something about, the deep web. A question that has been asked for quite a long time, ever since sort of the inception of the series or halfway into it and whatnot. Now, one of the questions that I always have been asked is, why do I censor some of the videos and some of the content that comes out through? And now this may seem like a pretty rudimentary video. I mean, like, obviously, if you put, if you looked at YouTube terms of service, you'd understand why. But there's been a lot of confusion as to some of the videos and some of the content itself. Now, there are other people who, browse the deep web. Obviously, it's a, topic that a lot of people, YouTube around it and everything. And someone asked me, well, they don't censor this stuff, so why do you do it? Now, the thing is that I'm a person who follows the YouTube terms of service down to a T. Now, this basically stemmed from the nostalgic web browsing that I did a while back, where if those of you who don't know what happened during this entire event, I actually used the YouTube streaming service to view, to use the Wayback Machine. Now, at one point, I was on the legendofzelda.com website. And what happened over here is when we went on a Wayback Machine, Zelda.com turned out to be a pornographic website detailing several lesbian pornographic, pictures. And for like a second, that was available on the, on the stream. And within like literally, I think a couple minutes, YouTube completely killed that stream and gave this channel a strike, right? A community guideline strike, because I showed nudity. Now, of course, I took it on the chin, and obviously that was my fault that it happened. I'm not going to blame YouTube for that. They did what they had to do, of course. Nudity, it was nude right there. It was sexual content, and it was rightfully so to be banned. Now, of course, I didn't intend to show nudity on the stream, but it was shown one way or another, and I totally take it as, me. That was something that I, take the blame wholeheartedly for. Now, the weird thing about it is YouTube is, a lot of people ask me, well, certain people show the actual, content. They show this stuff, or they don't. Some people censor it, or they don't censor it as much as you, or they may censor it even more than I do. Here's the thing about it, okay? For those of you who don't know how YouTube works, it's fucking random, okay? There are some videos on here, some videos where you can literally see sex, okay? You'll see it happening right in front of you, but apparently they have loopholes which help them get away with it by calling it educational material. I don't know, some shit like that. I can't take those risks, okay? I really don't like getting channel strikes. Nobody does, because what it does is it screws you over later on. There are certain things that get disabled. If I get a second one, what happens is, if YouTube checks it out, then you get suspended for a week, and then you can get it indefinitely suspended. Now, of course, after 6 months, the channel strike is gone. You're back in good standing, but you don't really want to deal with it, okay? Why would you want to thread on fine line and do all that kind of stuff? That's why a lot of videos get censored. Now, the idea of what I have to censor. Now, for example, in some of the videos, there can be harsh, violent content. We're talking snuff pornography. Now, on YouTube, you can actually find snuff pornography. All right? If you look through and actually do some deep searches on YouTube, you can find some really sick, depraved shit. And it's completely there, available for you to view. Some of them actually are reviewed by YouTube, and all it does is tell you, make sure you're 18 or above watching it. So the system's really screwy, and the system's incredibly weird, and there's nothing anyone else, or YouTube can really do about it. You have to remember, YouTube is a huge service now, okay? Thousands upon thousands of hours of video are uploaded every hour. So you can imagine that YouTube does not have the manpower to individually see if a video is bad, good, and all that kind of stuff. No, it has a blanket system that does what it needs to do for the most part. Is it perfect? Of course not. Is any system going to be perfect? Absolutely not. So the reason when I do a deep web video and I have to censor it, it's for that reason alone. I can't show you nudity or violent content. Now, there are certain times where I don't want to show you it because it's just really, really depraved stuff, and at sometimes that point is entirely cut out. If it doesn't make any sense, if it's just there for, I guess, a shock value kind of thing, then it's not really included in the video, because that's not what I'm going for, and that's why it's not there, I could show you some really, really depraved sites, but they're not real. and they're just there to be edgy, right? Now, that's really all I have to say about that matter on itself. Now, another question that I get asked is why can't I stream it on certain sites like Twitch or possibly YouTube again? You know, a lot of people have said there's ways for you to view the content first, then show it to people on a live stream. I could do that, absolutely, but then again, you're still treading that fine line. What if a certain bit of audio was played? Or, you know, a privacy claim was breached? Sometimes I have to censor names because of privacy concerns. I would gladly show you guys those pedophile websites and show you all the people they expose. But that would involve me giving away private information, which if those people wanted to sue me or get the video taken off, they'd have full legal grounds to do so. The system is incredibly flawed. It's incredibly weird. It's really, really fucked up how YouTube handles it. But it's what we have and it's what we gotta deal with. The reason I can't stream it is because it goes against Twitch guidelines for gameplay. Now, you can't really do that, and I'm not going to go break, you know, anything that I have with Twitch, okay? I know some of the people over there, and I do like to, you know, at least listen to what the rules are. If I'm going to stream there, I have to follow the rules. And vice versa on YouTube. If I'm going to do it on both sites, I have to follow their rules. Now, some people have said, create a Dailymotion account, upload, you know, all your deep web videos over there, completely uncensored and untouched on there as well. Now, I could do that, but then again, Dailymotion for me, and while I have tried this, has been very screwy with me. So I don't really want to touch Dailymotion at that point too. And even Dailymotion to an extent has guidelines against this stuff. Now they're not as enforced as they are on YouTube, but as that site gets more and more popularity, it's going to get more and more enforcement. It's just the way things work. YouTube was much like Dailymotion back in the day too, where you could upload almost anything again, and there wasn't a whole lot of, you know, inappropriate content that would constantly be flagged, right, as it is now. Nowadays, YouTube's very politically correct. There's not a lot of stuff you can get away with. There is a very fine line, okay? And when I'm doing the deep web videos, I'm already touching that fine line. In fact, I'm humping the shit out of that fine line. So I don't really want to delve too further into something where I'm going to get totally screwed over if I do something wrong. That's why things get censored. Now, I know a lot of people don't like it when I censor things, and I don't like it either. I don't like it when I have to censor some content. But remember my stance on this as well, too. There's not much I can show you guys if it's, you know, completely violent and depraved. Like, there's a site called Pink Meth on the deep web. I can't show you that site because all it is pornography, leaked pornography. That's breaking so many privacy concerns for the individuals involved on the website that have been leaked out. And again, it's content that's not allowed on YouTube or any, you know, mainstream service in general where advertisements play a key role in how that site functions, you know. That's why YouTube really goes against it. It's just not its motif. If you want stuff like that, you should go on places like LiveLeak and that kind of stuff. That place is where they have all the, you know, weird snuff pornography and all that kind of shit. In fact, I think LiveLeak was actually, it used to be a snuff porn site or a site where you could upload stuff with really weird stuff involved. It was that kind of site, but nowadays I think even LiveLeak is somewhat tame. But even in that respect, that's the reason why I can't upload any offensive sort of material on YouTube or I can't live stream it on Twitch. I thought the fact was a little more, you know, I thought people could kind of understand it, but I can also see why some people don't, you know, some people always wonder, because the videos that I show are available on YouTube. Some of them, I haven't really checked, you know, I haven't cross-referenced. I don't have a computer that just, you know, I cross-reference it CSI style. But for the videos that are available on YouTube, completely uncensored, you have to remember, this is a fine line. Sometimes the system detects it, sometimes it doesn't. It also depends on channel size and how, you know, known the video is, and, you know, how much it's showing up on the YouTube radar, so to speak. So, you know, for example, the deep web videos, they get a fair amount of, you know, views on that basis. So, you know, in that respect, YouTube's looking at those videos with more and more scrutiny. And so if they find something that's a little gory, a little too much to handle for YouTube's end, because remember, there is, you have to understand how YouTube works nowadays. There's a lot of people that go on this website that are offended by the tiniest things. And unfortunately, because of these individuals, YouTube has to sort of, you know, bend over and listen to them. And, you know, anything that could resemble, you know, trigger happy material, such as, you know, any bit of violence, you know, a boob, maybe a flash of the left breast. God forbid anybody sees a boob nowadays. Holy shit. Yeah, I haven't heard of anything worse than that, man. Like, if, I'm telling you right now, if I saw, like, a right boob right now, a nude breast, whew, man, I would fucking have a panic attack up the ass. There's violence over here. Now, violence is sort of the thing where I don't like to show it anyways. You know, if like a head split open, I'm not going to show you guys that, even if YouTube allowed it. That's fucked up. Alright, so I don't want to do that at all. But, you know, as far as nudity and all that kind of stuff goes, YouTube has a pretty fine line about it, but, you know, it's very, very conservative on what you can fucking show. That's about it. You can use some loopholes and say, well, that pornographic image was used for education, but you're getting into a whole bunch of semantics that honestly are not worth the time when it comes to, you know, dealing with YouTube, okay? It's a very slow process that you just don't want to get involved in. So you essentially just have to bite the bullet and, you know, censor stuff if it has to be censor-worthy. I try not to do it too much in an episode, but I never know what I find, okay? Sometimes I find really depraved shit that I can show you, but God, there's going to be a whole lot of fucking censor on that. I think the last deep web video with the terrorist group or whatever was actually the most censored I think I've ever done. I actually looked over that video like 5 times before I posted it, but I hope this video has been a concise explanation on why I cannot show you certain things on the deep web. I can't stream it. The only way you're really going to get it is a censored way, and I hope you continue to enjoy that way. I'll try not to do it as much. Of course, the content is supposed to educate you, supposed to show you the dank side of the internet, not just shock value or whatever. But yeah, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it and if you totally understand it. And honestly, I want to discuss the hypocrisy of the YouTube, you know, guideline system in the comments below. I kind of find it really stupid, honestly, from a personal standpoint. So let me know in the comments below what you think about it, and tell me if you find some weird fucking YouTube videos here that completely breach the terms of service. They show boobs, they show everything, tits, all that stuff. Let me know if you find them, and, you know, let's discuss the fucking hypocrisy that is the YouTube guideline system. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.